The laptop is on the kitchen counter because the table has a high chair on it. It is 11:40 at night. Naomi is 14 months old and asleep in the next room, one fist closed around the rail of the crib. You fill out Form 4547. Name, Social Security number, date of birth. She was born in 2026, which puts her inside the window. Children born in the years 2025 through 2028 and no others. The confirmation loads. $1,000. You look at it. You look at it longer than the number requires. Your thumb moves to the trackpad and does not click anything. Somewhere behind your sternum, something arrives and leaves again in under a second, and you don't have a word for it, and you don't go looking for one. Then you scroll. Below the balance, there is a link. Below the link, there are 14 pages. Nobody sends you the 14 pages. They send you the $1,000, the shift. You stop reading the number. You start reading the terms. The 1,000 is free. The lock is not. Page 2 says the money belongs to her. Page 2 says you are the custodian. Page 2 does not say what custodian means, and you assume, the way you have assumed every good thing in your life was what it looked like, that it means the same thing tomorrow that it means tonight. Every free dollar arrives attached to a rule. The rule is worth more than the dollar. The rate on the way out decides everything the rate on the way in pretended not to matter. Page 9 is where they put it. At 18, the account stops being a Trump account and becomes a traditional IRA. Every dollar the $1,000 earns between now and then comes out taxed as ordinary income, not 15%, not the long-term capital gains rate that a plain brokerage account would have handed her. Ordinary income, 22%, or whatever her bracket is on the day she touches it. You read the sentence 3 times. Your finger stays on the trackpad. The same index fund, the same 18 years. A different line on a different form, and the difference is hers to pay. You find a receipt in the diaper bag and do the arithmetic on the back of it in pen. The pen runs out. You finish in a different pen, the shift. You stop asking what the account earns. You start asking who taxes it and at what rate. Marcus does not tell you what to do. He opens his laptop on the other side of your kitchen counter, scrolls past the part you already read, and stops on the fee cap. The fund can't charge more than 0.10%. He taps the screen once. That's the only clean number in the document, he says. Then he closes the laptop and asks whether Naomi is sleeping through the night. The 1,000 is free. The lock is not. You put the receipt in the drawer with the takeout menus. You don't throw it away. You don't look at it again that week. Page 9 is not hidden. Page 9 is 12 pages after the part they email you, in a document nobody is required to open. About money nobody is required to understand. Nothing comes out before 18. That part is short. That part fits in one line. The long part is what happens after. At 18, she owns a traditional IRA. A traditional IRA does not let you take money out before 59.5 without a 10% penalty on top of the tax. There are exceptions, and the exceptions are a list, and the list is short enough to read standing up. Qualified education expenses, up to $10,000 toward a first home, disaster relief, not a car that dies in February, not a security deposit, not a month between jobs. You subtract 18 from 59.5 and get 41 years. You say the number out loud in an empty kitchen and it does not sound like a plan. It sounds like a sentence handed down, the shift. You stop thinking about compounding. You start thinking about access. Naomi at 26 with $4,200 in the checking account and a landlord who wants first, last, and one more. The money is there. The money is in a fund that charges 0.10% and returns whatever the market returns and belongs to her legally and completely. She cannot have it. She can have 90% of it, minus tax, and pay for the privilege of needing it. Gerald is doing his crossword at the kitchen table when you tell him the number. 529, he says without looking up. Money goes in after tax, comes out clean for school, and they let you roll $35,000 of it into her Roth. He fills in 7 letters. He does not say anything else about it. He never does. A penalty for early access is a fee charged to whoever needs the money most. A contribution limit tells you what the government wants. It does not tell you what you should do. The ceiling is $5,000 a year. Everything counts against it. What you put in, what your grandmother puts in, what an employer puts in. Brianna set up $416 a month. She sends the screenshot to the group chat on a Tuesday. She sends the projection at 60 on a Thursday. She sends it again on Saturday with 3 exclamation marks and a caption about generational wealth. You react with the thumbs up. You type nothing. You put the phone face down on the counter. Then you open the laptop. The amount field is empty. The cursor blinks in it. You type 5,000. You sit there with your hands still on the keys. Your money is after-tax money. You already paid on it. There is no deduction, not for you, not for her. It goes in taxed. The growth on it comes out taxed again. Ordinary income, at whatever her bracket is, not 15%. You would be taking capital gains and converting them into wages. You delete it. One digit at a time. 5 backspaces. The shift. You stop maximizing the account. You start choosing the account. You leave the $1,000 where it sits. You open a taxable brokerage account for Naomi in a different tab, and it takes 11 minutes. The 1,000 is free. The lock is not. You read one more line. Your employer can put in $2,500 a year, tax-free to you, and it counts against the same $5,000. You email HR at 12:20 in the morning with the section number in the subject line. Nobody replies. Nobody replies the next week either. Brianna posts the projection again. You give it a thumbs up. You run it forward. On her 18th birthday, the custodianship ends. Not gradually, on a date. The account is hers, the login is hers, the decisions are hers, and you are a person she calls on Sundays. You do the math on what the $1,000 becomes by then. The number is real. The number is bigger than the number you started with. You look at it and wait to feel the thing you were supposed to feel. It doesn't come. The number sits there like a stranger's phone number written on your hand. It buys her nothing she can touch at 18. It buys her nothing at 26. It buys a woman she has not become yet. In a decade you will not see. A slightly softer landing. You don't know what to do with that. You leave it. It is 11:40 at night. The laptop is on the kitchen counter because the table has a high chair on it. The tab is still open. Page 9 is still page 9. Naomi is asleep in the next room with one fist closed around the rail of the crib, holding on to something she doesn't know is there. You leave the $1,000 exactly where it is. The 1,000 is free, the lock is not. You are not building her a balance. You are building her a set of choices, and choices are the only asset that doesn't get taxed. The next video is what a 529 actually costs you when your kid doesn't go to college. You just chose the account that gives her options. The next one is about what happens when the option expires. Subscribe. You're already in it.